there's one Christian song that goes, "Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above." And I wanted to tell you about what he did for me Sunday. It was really cool. So I have this lady. She is going to be on our podcast. Oh, by the way, I'm Shelly with the God's Goodness podcast, and our mission is to encourage as well as highlight God's goodness and modern day miracles. And I had this lady on, well, scheduled to be on with us. Her name's Wendy Lawson, and I'm just super excited. Like, I talked to her on the phone. She was referred to me by Pastor Rick, and I was on the phone with her, and she's just an incredible person. And she was actually recommended by my friend Cheryl too. So she's recommended by a couple people, and we're having her on. And I talked to her a little bit on the phone, and she's just awesome. You're gonna love what she has to say and share, because she's got some tales to tell. And she was on a missions trip, and she didn't know it, but she ended up accidentally getting married to 2 different guys. She didn't even know it. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But she was once in a wheelchair with MS, and now she's not. She was healed from that. The doctors say remission, but we know better, because our God, once you're healed, you're healed. So I know from experience. So she is scheduled to be on the podcast, and who do I run into at church on Sunday but Wendy Lawson? So I thought that was so neat. I was like, I looked, and I was getting ready to leave, and I looked, and I was like Wendy, because I saw the video of her on the 700 Club, and I'm like, that looks like Wendy. And I was like, anyway, we got to talking, and we got to officially meet, gave each other hugs, and so I'm just really excited how he just weaves everything together, and he's just guides us gently through our adventure, and it's just fun. So I thought that was a fun thing to tell. So I wanted to share it with you. And if you haven't listened to us yet, the God's Goodness podcast is blowing up. People are sharing it, and God is putting his super on our natural. So if you want some encouragement, tune in. It's anywhere you find a podcast. And if you don't know what podcast is, it's just basically a talk show. And we have guests of all kinds, all ages, and it's fun. Sometimes we have couples, and sometimes we have both, and then sometimes we'll have them separately and then together. So if you want something to binge on, I think it's quite interesting, because God is the one who leads me to all the guests and the timing, and it just flows really cool. So tune in and enjoy.